10 signs you're biologically younger than your actual age, according to psychology. Hello, and welcome. I want to ask you something that might sound simple, but is surprisingly revealing. How old do you feel, not in years, but in energy, joy, and resilience? You see, your chronological age is just a number on paper, but your biological age? That's a reflection of how your body and mind are truly aging, and in many cases, the two don't match. As a doctor who's worked with many people in midlife, I've seen time and again how mindset, habits, and emotional well-being can slow the aging clock. In fact, psychological research tells us that feeling young is more than a mood. It can actually influence your health at the cellular level. In today's video, we'll explore 10 surprising signs you might be biologically younger than your birth certificate says, and if not, don't worry. I'll also share easy, research-backed ways to help you age beautifully and powerfully from the inside out. Plus, I'll reveal the harsh truth about biological age test kits, so stay with me till the end. Let's start with a powerful distinction. Understanding biological versus chronological age. Your chronological age is simply how many birthdays you've had. But your biological age reflects how well your body is actually functioning, how young your cells, tissues, and systems really are. And here's the hopeful part. Biological age can be influenced and improved, regardless of what the calendar says. Think of it this way. Two women can both be 55, but one might move, think, and feel like she's in her early 40s, while the other may feel much older. What makes the difference? It comes down to lifestyle, stress, sleep, nutrition, and even something called subjective age, which is simply how old you feel. Believe it or not, people who feel younger than their actual age tend to have lower inflammation, better heart health, and even longer lives. There's fascinating science behind this. Tools like the Horvath clock or Dunedin-Poam test methylation patterns on your DNA to estimate biological age. But you don't need a lab test to start noticing the clues. In the next section, I'll walk you through how simple things and daily habits can shape your biological age from the inside out, starting with the science of epigenetics. Here's something truly empowering. Your genes are not your destiny. While you may have inherited certain risks from your parents, how those genes behave is influenced by something called epigenetics. Think of your DNA like a piano. The keys don't change, but epigenetics is how you play the music. One of the ways scientists study this is through methylation, tiny chemical tags that turn genes on or off. As we age, certain methylation patterns shift, and some of these changes are linked with disease, inflammation, and slower repair. That's what many biological age tests measure. But here's what's exciting. Your thoughts, emotions, and daily choices influence these epigenetic changes. In fact, studies have shown that psychological traits like optimism, purpose, and emotional resilience are associated with better methylation profiles and even longer telomeres, those protective caps on your DNA strands that shorten with age. For example, in a study published in Health Psychology, adults who felt younger than their actual age had lower biological risk markers, including better heart function and less chronic inflammation. Even more amazing, people with a strong sense of purpose showed signs of slower cellular aging, regardless of their physical health status. So yes, your mindset matters deeply. Feeling younger, staying curious, and building emotional strength doesn't just boost your mood, it shapes how your body ages on a cellular level. Up next, I'll walk you through 10 clear signs you may be aging biologically better than your birth certificate suggests. Number 1. You forget your age, often. Have you ever paused when someone asked your age, not because you're embarrassed, but because you genuinely forgot for a moment? That small hesitation might mean more than you think. Psychologists call this subjective age, how old you feel inside, regardless of your birth year. And research shows that people who feel younger tend to enjoy better memory, lower inflammation, and even longer lives. In one long-term study published in Journals of Gerontology, participants who felt younger than their actual age had fewer health issues and lived longer than those who felt older. Forgetting your age can be a subtle sign that your identity isn't shaped by the number on your birthday cake. It's shaped by energy, curiosity, and how fully you engage with life. I've met people in their 60s who take dance classes, launch businesses, or volunteer with teens. They don't feel old, and their bodies reflect that vitality too. Number 2. You bounce back quickly from setbacks. We all face setbacks, illness, stress, disappointment, but how quickly do you recover, emotionally and physically? That resilience, or what psychologists call psychological flexibility, is more than just a character trait. It's deeply tied to how your body ages. Studies, including one from the University of California, San Francisco, show that people with higher resilience have longer telomeres, those protective caps on your DNA that shorten with age. Resilience is also linked to lower cortisol levels, which means less wear and tear on your body over time. One of my patients, Maddie, 58, was diagnosed with prediabetes last year. Instead of spiraling into guilt or fear, she used it as motivation, walking daily, cooking smarter, and managing stress. Within months, her numbers improved and her energy soared. It's not about avoiding hardship. It's about how gently and wisely we respond. Number 3. You wake up feeling refreshed. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you woke up without an alarm and felt good? If your answer is, this morning, your biological age might be younger than you think. Sleep isn't just rest, it's your body's repair time. While you sleep, your cells perform deep maintenance, repairing DNA, reducing inflammation, and balancing hormones. Quality sleep has even been shown to preserve telomere length, a key marker of youthful biology. Research published in Sleep Health found that older adults with better sleep efficiency had significantly lower biological age markers, even after accounting for lifestyle. One woman I work with, Carol, 62, struggled for years with insomnia. Once she cut out late-night screens and added a calming wind-down routine, her energy and mood transformed. Now, she wakes up early, refreshed, and feels 10 years younger. So if you're sleeping deeply and rising easily, that's a powerful sign of internal youth. Number 4. You crave movement naturally. Have you ever caught yourself stretching during a television commercial or dancing while doing the dishes? That natural pull toward movement, without needing to force it, isn't just a personality quirk. It's a biological youth marker. Studies have shown that people who are intrinsically motivated to move, whether it's walking, gardening, dancing, or yoga, often have a younger epigenetic age than their less active peers. A 2020 study in Aging Cell even found a clear link between regular physical activity and slower biological aging. What's happening inside your body? Movement stimulates blood flow, reduces inflammation, boosts mitochondrial health, and even supports neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to adapt and grow. Take my friend Denise, 59. She doesn't work out in the traditional sense, but she walks everywhere, stretches daily, and just joined a salsa class. Her energy, radiant, her labs, better than many 40-year-olds. So, if you find joy in motion, your body's telling you, it's still young at heart. Number 5. Your friends span multiple generations. Let me ask you, when you picture your social circle, are all your friends about the same age? Or do you have meaningful connections with people both older and younger? If it's the latter, that's a powerful sign of psychological and biological youth. Friendships across generations challenge your brain with new perspectives and foster something psychologists call generative curiosity, a willingness to keep growing, listening, and learning. Research published in Psychology and Aging shows that older adults with younger friends report better memory, lower loneliness, and sharper executive function. Cross-age relationships also combat age stereotypes, keeping your self-image flexible rather than fixed to your chronological age. I think of my patient Carla, 67. Her closest companions include her 35-year-old hiking buddy and her 22-year-old niece. They keep me young, she laughs. And science agrees. Those vibrant social ties can literally shape your brain's health, and slow the aging clock. Number 6. You stay calm under pressure. Have you ever surprised yourself by staying calm in a situation that used to send your stress levels soaring? That calmness is more than emotional maturity, it's a sign your nervous system is aging well. When you stay composed under pressure, your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest part, kicks in faster, helping regulate stress hormones like cortisol. Chronically high cortisol is linked to cellular damage, immune dysfunction, and accelerated biological aging. In fact, a study from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that people with better emotional regulation showed slower epigenetic aging and healthier telomeres. One of my clients, Marcia, 58, used to get overwhelmed easily until she started practicing deep breathing and mindfulness. Now, I pause, I breathe, and I handle things better, she said. And guess what? Her sleep, digestion, and energy all improved too. Staying calm isn't about being perfect. It's about giving your body the recovery time it needs to stay young. Number 7. You learn for fun. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you learned something just because you wanted to? If you're someone who reads articles for curiosity, experiments with new recipes, or plays word games before bed, your brain is aging beautifully. Lifelong learning keeps your cognitive reserve high, meaning your brain builds more backup pathways to stay sharp even as you age. According to research from neurology, people who engage in mental stimulation throughout life have slower cognitive decline and may even delay Alzheimer's onset. And here's what's really interesting. People who enjoy learning also show younger biological ages in epigenetic studies, especially when they challenge their brains regularly. One viewer, Darlene, told me she started learning Spanish on Duolingo at 63. It's fun, frustrating, and keeps me on my toes, she laughed. That's the point. It's not about mastery, it's about momentum. Your brain loves novelty. Feed it. Number 8. You're not winded by stairs. Have you ever caught yourself jogging up the stairs without thinking, then realized, wait, that felt easy? That's a wonderful sign, my friend. Not being winded by stairs reflects strong cardiovascular health and efficient mitochondria, the little energy factories inside your cells. According to research from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, physical fitness is tightly linked to lower biological age and longer lifespan, regardless of your chronological age. When your body processes oxygen efficiently and recovers quickly from exertion, that's not just stamina, it's youthfulness in motion. And the best part? It's not about running marathons. It's about moving consistently and joyfully. One of my patients, Margaret, 68, told me, I started doing just 5 minutes of marching in place during commercials, and now I'm walking laps at the park. Small efforts compound, so the next time you take the stairs with ease, smile, you're proving that youth isn't a number, it's energy. Number 9. You stay hopeful and grounded. Optimism isn't just a feel-good attitude, it's a powerful shield against aging. When you maintain a realistic, hopeful outlook, your body responds by lowering inflammation and strengthening your immune and cardiovascular systems. Studies, like one published in Psychosomatic Medicine, show that optimistic people have lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of chronic inflammation linked to aging and disease. This isn't about blind positivity or ignoring challenges, it's about staying grounded and hopeful, even when life throws curveballs. I remember a patient, Joan, who said, I don't pretend everything's perfect, but I focus on what I can change. That keeps me going. That balanced hope fuels your body's natural defenses, slows aging, and keeps your spirit vibrant. So, if you find yourself looking forward to tomorrow, even in tough times, that's a true sign you're biologically younger than your years. Number 10. You have a strong sense of purpose. Having a clear purpose in life isn't just inspiring, it's a proven longevity booster. Research from the University of Michigan found that people with a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer, healthier lives. Purpose helps lower your allostatic load, which is the wear and tear stress puts on your body over time. Purpose gives you a psychological anchor during tough moments. It could be caring for loved ones, volunteering, or simply setting small goals each day, like Sarah, a patient who found new joy and energy after dedicating time to mentoring younger people. When you have purpose, your body and mind stay engaged, inflammation drops, and your biological age stays younger. So, no matter what your age, nurturing what gives your life meaning is one of the best anti-aging secrets science has uncovered. Now, let's talk about biological age testing, those popular DNA methylation tests you might have heard about. Tests like True Diagnostic, Inside Tracker, and My DNAge promise to tell you how old your body really is, based on patterns in your DNA. While this sounds exciting, here's the reality. These tests often show inconsistent results. You might take the same test twice and get very different ages. A recent comparison showed results could vary by years, which means the science isn't yet precise enough to rely on as a diagnostic tool. Plus, the emotional impact can be surprising. Seeing an older biological age can cause unnecessary stress or discouragement, even though it doesn't capture the full picture of your health. The bottom line? These tests can be motivational, helping you focus on healthier habits, but don't put too much stock in a single number. If you want a practical alternative, consider wearable fitness trackers. They're affordable, non-invasive, and provide continuous data on your heart rate, sleep quality, and activity. These insights help you make daily lifestyle changes that truly influence how you age. I've included a link to some expert-tested options in the video description, so feel free to check them out if you're curious or ready to take that first step. Alright, now that we know what signs show you're biologically younger and the limits of testing, let's focus on what really matters, the daily habits that keep you feeling vibrant and youthful. First, don't get caught up chasing numbers from tests. Instead, cultivate habits that nourish your body and mind every day. 1. Move daily. Whether it's a gentle walk around the block, stretching while watching television, or light strength training, staying active keeps your muscles, heart, and mitochondria strong. I have a patient, Linda, who started with just 10 minutes a day, and within months, she felt more energized and slept better. 2. Eat colorful, anti-inflammatory foods. Berries, leafy greens, and omega-3 rich foods like salmon or walnuts help reduce inflammation, a key driver of aging. Think of your plate as a palette of vibrant colors supporting your cells. 3. Get quality sleep. Sleep is when your body repairs DNA and clears toxins. Try setting a consistent bedtime and creating a calm, screen-free environment before bed. 4. Keep mentally engaged. Lifelong learning, whether through reading, puzzles, language apps, or new hobbies, builds cognitive reserve and keeps your brain young. 5. Maintain strong relationships. Social connections reduce stress and loneliness, both linked to faster aging. Reach out regularly to friends and family, even virtually. Bonus tip: practice stress resilience through mindfulness, deep breathing, or a good laugh. Remember, how you manage stress affects your biological age just as much as diet or exercise. I'm Dr. Masayuki,